have. Perfect. Thank you very much. Appreciate the backup plan. This one's going in the garbage. My biggest experiences are from a gym that I no longer work at. It is near my house. It is now an Ace Hardware. I don't shop there because it's convenient and it costs me, less money. I shop there for two reasons. One, it's good motivation. Like, hey man, keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right track, or you're going to end up as an Ace Hardware. And two, I'm petty and I told them so. I'm not kidding. I do go there. Allie's like, are we still going here? Yes, honey, I told them so. We're still going to that Ace Hardware. So when you think about all those things, and you look at the clients that you're working with on a regular basis, you can get the more out of their session. This one's not working either, boys. What's going on? There we go. All right, that one. I went into a session with Jason Glass. If you guys don't know who Jason Glass is, he's the Titleist Performance Institute's fitness coach. So I walked into a session with him and I said, hey, Jason, I want to be a coach who works with tour players. That was my main goal. I walked in, confidence in the world, trying to gain as much experience as possible, trying to write a program that would work with tour pros. He leans into me after a couple of cocktails and says, Duff, you know how to coach tour players. You know how to write a program to coach the highest level player you want. You do not know how to communicate clearly with the people in front of you. If you can't coach somebody who's in front of you and you're only trying to express to the top 1%, you're not going to go very far. Your ability to connect with the person in front of you is going to push you much further and maybe lead to that goal that you have, but you're trying to coach a clientele that you don't even have yet. The ability to connect with the people in front of you is where you're going to make the biggest connections, the biggest forward push, and the biggest difference in your community. I think that all of us have the ability to make somebody's life change. Either it's in golf, in my case physical, but all of you are working with people who are doing their recreational sport, something they love. If they do it better and have more fun doing it, you're changing their life. They're struggling less, they're having more fun, they're taking more money off their buddies. That's the whole goal. When we move the goalpost to a point where we don't have success because we're trying to work with people that don't exist yet, we're going to become stagnant. What is going on?
Still not working?
Nah, dude. I'm clicking them all. There we go. All right. My thumbs work. I was going to say, my thumbs work. I didn't. Get in there. If you're drawing up presentations and portraits and you're trying to prove every single time to somebody you're an expert, you're going to lose them. If you think about program design, lesson plan, should you know the latest and greatest technology? Yes, I should know how the new ball and the new club is going to interact with the ball. I understand all that. I don't think that's, it comes off sometimes when I do this speech that I don't think it's important. Obviously, I think that you staying up to date with your latest and greatest education is important. But if you go in on Monday, or in our case Tuesday, and you try to take everything you learned right now and just jam it down someone's throat and prove that you're a competent coach, you're going to lose them, right? They're happy that you got more education, but remember their name. Their daughter just had a dance recital. Maybe ask them about it. That's going to have a connection that's going to make it more easily for you to connect with them and push it forward. Otherwise, you're going to stress yourself out to the point where you're going to lose your mustache. There we go. That's a laugh. Everybody's after lunch. We wake up a little bit. The point we're trying to make here is that when we push the envelope forward, we can become a better coach. When we learn our communication skills, let's write this one down, guys. So as a coach, we're going to prioritize communication. We're putting this top to bottom, in my opinion. Communication, active listening, teamwork, conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, leadership, relationship building, and something I struggle with, empathy. Shocking news, former linebacker, not so good at empathy. We're working on that, all right? I know my weaknesses, that's why I put it there, okay? Least important, I'm bad at that. Ask my wife and brother. When we work on these, prioritizing these skills, and become better coaches and become more well-rounded when I start to intermix like, hey, do you need tactile feedback? Does this person need to work with my team member and go see a physical therapist that I referred because I trust them, or a club fitter in your instance? Your references have a huge part of you as the expertise. They are leaning to you to figure out what's important, because the modern gym landscape and the modern teaching landscape is always changing. It is huge for you to be their guiding light. They need to know that when they come to you, you can tell them what's important. What's important and what actually matters when they come in, if they just spent 6 hours watching YouTube golf and then come into you, you better not try to teach them all the things they just watched and think are important if their club face is dead shut. They say, hey, I just watched the Bryan Bros and they were talking about a swing tip they got. You don't move like them.